Hello everyone, welcome back to the game. We have the Muslim still gathering up a fair amount of siege tanks on these vents, more Vikings in the air. However, we have marauders from Raven now destroying these destructible rocks. So mass marauders against a siege tank army, now also getting some bunkers, so the Muslim trying to do some sort of contain. However, the Vikings are going to quickly spot this and perhaps move a couple Banshees over. No, the Muslim now going for that standard Viking and Viking siege tank army, which a lot of gameplay has turned into for this Terran versus Terran matchup. I generally see a lot of Vikings, see a lot of siege tanks, especially after the most recent patch where the Vikings gas was reduced from 100 to 75. So it's much easier to start massing these Vikings. They do in fact cost a little bit more minerals, but really Terran players are generally more gas locked than mineral locked, especially with those orbital or with those mills that you can call down and mine very efficiently. I'm assuming at some point the Muslim is going to take this expansion, as there's no real reason to contain your opponent without trying to expand them. However, the Muslim now getting some siege tanks over here, not getting any view or any sight though, so needs to get some siege tanks, finally going to get some sights, and now try to push back over here. So using those destructible rocks as a wall, preventing those marauders from really being able to shoot past, and that's very nicely done. However, a Raven now getting a Raven, yeah, that's gonna Raven's Raven in the air has gonna probably get some point defense drones, perhaps some auto turrets maybe. Oh, there's also another trick that I wanted to draw your attention to. One of the things that I've liked doing recently is you can use your orbital cooldown, your orbital command to call down a mule, and you can call down a mule on your opponent's siege tanks. Now, although that may not sound like much, what it does is if there's multiple siege tanks next to it, they end up splashing damage onto your own siege tanks. So a little bit of that Terran versus Terran matchup. I think I had a replay where I was using seeker missiles in addition to that call down, trying to be very effective with that. And now Marauder is going to quickly make short work of these bunkers, so bunkers quickly getting taken down. However, these siege tanks should be able to start blasting a lot of these units. Vikings should be turning into that ground mode right there, and now going to finish off the rest of this army. However, Raven taking significant losses as well. So both sides taking significant losses. We have 11 Marauders, 5 Vikings, and 1 Raven against 11 Vikings, 2 Siege Tanks, 6 Marines, and 1 Raven. So both sides fairly even in terms of the fight going into the next battle right now. But however, Vikings continue to do a little bit of pressuring. I can't believe I missed that as I was watching the unit overlay. Sorry about that. So Vikings pushing down, able to drop down and get in an additional more kills over here. So some of those Vikings, 4 kills, 0 kills. Yeah, just getting a couple kills. So we have a Marauder and Viking army versus a Siege Tank and Viking army. The Muslim now trying to get down this expansion over here, but will quickly get taken down as these Marauders and those Ravens are going to find that, and things are not looking good for the Muslim. If Raven at this point tries to siege up or tries to contain his opponent, he should be able to contain his opponent and then just start to outmine him. Already has an SCP down by this high yield mineral location, and now Vikings gonna come in and try to do a little bit of a fight back and forth. No point defense drone. A little curious on why. Finally a point defense drone coming in from Raven. So that point defense drone just gonna sit in that position, but that Raven will get taken down very easily. And now gonna go ahead and take down that defense drone, as well as that defense drone offers a little bit of scouting. Vikings not upgraded, however, and now with no additional way to deal damage to those Marauders are free to run home. Those Vikings, however, do not want to head into that ground mode, as those Marauders will be able to just destroy them once they are in ground mode. Missile turret now up in the air, or is going to be launching those missiles towards those Vikings. 2 Vikings, Vikings just continuing to fire back, and now that missile turret going to miss and not really be able to do anything else. More scanner sweep, more trying to reveal anything that's really going to be happening. The Muslim now going to go ahead and try to drop down into that Viking form, and those Marauders are going to be coming in. The Raven does in fact have enough for a couple point defense drones, so if those Vikings were in fact to try to do a little bit of a fight, oh nice, very nicely done, dropping those auto turrets instead, and those auto turrets will be able to fire. Those auto turrets with a range of 6 does not have the auto targeting research from the barret or from the engineering bay, however, so it does not have a range of 7, quickly getting taken down. So one of those things where you want to research in the auto defense. Where is that? what is the exact name of the ability, so I can take a look at Ravens. So it is going to be a high sec auto tracking. It increases the range of the planetary fortress, the turrets and missile turrets and defense drones by 1. So that's one of the ways that the engineering bay offers additional upgrades to the Raven, if you did not know that. I wonder if he has durable materials. No durable materials, no additional researches besides that. I still say that the reactor core should probably be dropped down to here so that you can see these are the medevac and Banshee researches, and these 3 here are going to be, oh, back over here, a little bit of a fight. Oh my gosh, sorry. Losing a couple of those units, and now, however, MYMDemuslim coming back with those, winning this game essentially off of siege tanks and Vikings. So siege tanks and Vikings continuing to dominate the ground and the air. Vikings with that range of, I believe, is it 9? Yeah, range of 9, and those siege tanks with a range of, is it 13? Yeah, siege tanks range of 13, and offering plenty of ways to just continue to push and deal out a fair amount of damage. Still surprised that the Muslim is not going for any type of upgrades. Siege tanks are still in fact 0-0, so no one really playing the upgrade game. Raven pretty much turtling up in his base, kind of scared of what to do. Raven does in fact have a planetary fortress down over here, and using those mules, and only mules, to mine out this particular spawning location. Once again, Ravens are on the move, and we have offering a little bit of sight into here, and it feels like my game's alright. Marines now coming in. Planetary Fortress will be able to deal significant damage. A couple of missile turrets in here as well. So those poor Vikings going to get quickly taken down. However, siege tanks going to go ahead and siege up and be able to just shoot down that Planetary Fortress. That Planetary Fortress with a range of 6 will not be able to deal enough damage to take down this one particular, or doesn't have enough range to take down these units over here. So the Planetary Fortress that's been mining so efficiently for so long, with just these mules, gonna get taken down. For some reason, SCV is starting to finally repair. So only 2 siege tanks will be able to take down this Planetary Fortress. Back over here, we have a fair containment. Raven sitting on 128 food army. Meanwhile, the Muslim sitting on 161. Definitely has a much larger army at this stage in the game. No researches anywhere. So both players just trying to mass up these units. A single SCV down over here. Vikings in the air offering sight beyond these destructible rocks. However, Marauders once again just continuing to push on out. A mule trying to carry his precious cargo all the way back. Will he make it? Will he make it? Is he going to fall just short, just shy? Oh, able to return it and then come back in. So in comes this fight here. Marauders and Vikings still doing a little bit of engagement, and still Raven pretty much contained at this stage in the game. Vikings are in the air. Siege tanks, not all of those siege tanks are firing. Not all of them are in fact siege. Vikings quickly getting to get taken down, and the rest of these Marauders now trying to focus down the rest of these siege tanks. 6 siege tanks against what was 13 Marauders, but now as those Vikings once again going to go ahead and join in on this fight, going to make short work of the rest of that Marauder army, and down they go. So Raven's army down to 1350 compared to MYMDemuslim's 5850, 69 food versus 141, and 1 Viking, 5 Marauders. That is not a 1350 food army, as those Vikings just offering a little bit of sight. Raven only mining off of what, 3 mineral patches at this stage in the game. So with only 3 mineral patches to mine from, he is gonna be very behind. MYMDemuslim now mining using these mules, calling them down, and also dropping down a planetary fortress as well. Marauders coming in, trying to finish off. Perhaps they'll be able to break through this, but unable to. The siege tanks able to continue to blast through this army, and Raven says, "GG, well played." Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is actually game 1 in the best of 3 matchup. Game 2 was my 1000th video where I tell a story. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys on Battle.net someday.